From playing key lead lines, to fostering down and flow moments, to filling out the low mids of a mix, the keys play a vital role in any worship context. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jackson. I'm on staff here at Asbury as the music director, and I've been playing keys professionally for over 5 years. I've had the privilege of serving both here in the local church and on the road with worship teams. Today, I'm going to be walking through what your role is here on team as a keys player. So here at Asbury, we have two distinct roles for keys. We call these Keys 1 and Keys 2. Let me break these down a bit for you. Keys 1 includes all things piano. Like I mentioned earlier, this includes playing key lead lines, like King of My Heart, fostering down and flow moments, and filling out the low mids. Keys 2, on the other hand, kind of takes on everything else. This includes padding and creating textures, playing key synth parts, and running tracks and pre-recorded elements. Keys 2 is mostly where you'll find me. If you'd like to hear more information about what I do or some of the patches that I build for Sundays, please let me know. I'd love to give you a chance at trying MDing as well. Today we're going to be diving into your role as a Keys 1 player. I'm going to show you tips and tricks on how to sit in the mix well and play your parts with excellence. The piano is a very large and extensive instrument. We have 88 keys right at our fingertips, able to see all of them, and we have 10 fingers, so we could play, hypothetically, up to 10 notes at one time. When the piano is featured as a solo instrument, musicians often run up and down the keyboard, covering a wide range of sound. However, when playing with other musicians in a worship context, the piano often sits best in the lower middle range, with the occasional breaking out of that range to create a feature moment. Think of a worship band like an orchestra. Instead of violins, we have guitars and voices. Instead of a percussion player, we have a drummer. Instead of a cello, we have the piano. Now, if the cello were to play all over the other instruments' ranges, it would lose the ensemble sound and balance that a good orchestra needs. The cello is written and theoretically designed to stay in its designated range. This ensures that it doesn't step on the toes of the other musicians. It's the exact same thing in a worship context. The piano sits best in our orchestra by sitting in the lower middle range, playing clean voices and simple rhythms. Take a quick listen to a few of my samples of playing in a worship context.
You've seen what you can do, oh God of wonders. Your power has no end. The things you've done before. Glory, glory. Thank you, Jesus, for the day that everything changed. Glory, 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 glory. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, even in the unknown, oh, I know that you're good.
Here are a few samples of other professionals in a worship context.
Verse 1.
Miracles when you move, such an easy thing for you to do. Your hand is moving right now. You are still showing love, and that's
Lord, face toward you and give me peace. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
the people go to pray. So help us, God, to please you. We're only you can see.
Even though the piano does sit best in the lower middle register, there are times when you should intentionally break this rule. That includes playing lead lines, creating feature moments, playing some cool octave lines, or other things. I'll show you some specifics of these in part 2. Finally, the piano is excellent at underscoring your pastor, worship pastor, or anyone else speaking from the platform. Often the piano player and the keys player are the last to stop playing toward the end of a song or a down moment. In these moments, when you have a Keys 2 player who's MDing, make sure you listen to their calls and follow the numbers if you can. We'll cover more on the natural number system in another video, and we'll cover more on underscoring in another video as well. All right, let's recap. So here at Asbury, we have two distinct roles for Keys 1 and Keys 2. Keys 1 includes everything piano, and Keys 2 basically includes everything else. Today we took a deep dive at some of the why behind Keys 1. Remember, the piano generally sits best in the lower middle register. However, you should occasionally break this rule to play a lead line, to create a feature moment, or to stick out of the mix a little bit. The piano is also excellent at setting up and controlling down and flow moments. Remember to listen to the calls of your MD and follow the changes accordingly. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. In the next segment, we'll cover some more specifics on what you can play to sound excellent in your worship context. If you learned something from this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and even sharing with someone. I'm going to be releasing all this content for free here on YouTube in order that the global church could benefit from it. God bless y'all. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.